David Bolivar, Racing's Inside Track TV, and I'm here in Toblerone Stables, and I'm joined by James Nolan. How are things, James?
Good, Dave.
Good stuff, James. It's a rare sight to see you standing here on the gallop where Paul stands every morning. You have a little bit of an injury?
Nah, only a small thing. I'll be alright next week.
That's good. We're here looking at Discorama. He looks in great shape and looks to have come out of the race in Cheltenham very well.
Yeah, he seems to. We gave him a week off after Cheltenham, and he put on a nice bit of weight. And he's an easy horse to train. He doesn't take hard work, so he's just been cantering away. So he seems fresh and well and looks $1 million. But you know, you wouldn't know till you don't know till you run in them cases. You know, it's like you see those horses in entry. You just freshen them up and do very little with them and just give them a blow for running. But you don't know till you run. So we'll just have to wait and see.
And like you said, wait and see, but waiting and see as well for rain. You need the rain to come if he's going to go to Ferryhouse for the Irish National on Monday week.
Yeah, it'll have to change dramatically because like at the moment Ferryhouse all year has been good, so it's going to be hard to believe that we're going to get our ground. We won't run on the same ground that we ran on in the Drimore because he didn't enjoy it. It was a bit too quick for him, didn't jump the same. We were hoping that it could be as slow as Cheltenham was, so I'd say that that's unlikely, but we'll have to give it every chance.
I know it's very disappointing and you're sick over him getting beaten in Cheltenham, but at the same time you take a lot of positives from it, and he ran a cracker. You would
now. It was sickening at the time, and not because look, he was beaten fair and square. There was no hard luck stories. We were maybe hampered a couple of times throughout the race and that kind of stuff, but Barry gave him a brilliant ride. Everything went to plan. I suppose emotionally on the day you were just gutted because he was our only chance, we'd say, of a winner, and I just felt everywhere in the last 100 yards we were going to win, and then to be beaten, that was what was hard to take. But that's racing. But like, yeah, a very, very good run, a very, very good run, and if he improves again next year, you'll be hoping that he can, you know, mix it in some of the good staying chases. You know,
he's a horse that's improved all from every run since his first run.
He has. But that's with trip, I suppose. You know, he was stepping it up in trip all year. Bar the Drimore, and he ran better in the Drimore than it looks as well. It wasn't beaten that far.
It was a fair race, dealt to work in the Reesburg.
Quick ground, and our horse wants to dig in it, and you know, it's his second run over fences and all that kind of stuff. But he's improved as the season's gone on, as you say, and I suppose that's trip and the easier ground in Cheltenham. Cheltenham was the softest ground he's got all year, and that was his best run. So look at if he's in the Irish National obviously, and it's a race everyone would love to win, and it'll have to rain a lot for him to go there, and hopefully it will. If he doesn't, he'll be in the Grade 1 3-mile novice in Punchestown, just in case Punchestown turns soft. But if neither place turns soft, he'll go out and maybe come back next year. And I suppose the early season target for him, we haven't discussed it with the owners yet. We're not looking beyond the Irish National. But if it did, like, I mean, we think about the Hennessy in Newbury, or whatever it's called now. But the Hennessy in Newbury would look like a race that he would start off in next year if that's the way it worked out.
Very good. And Quimino, horse who won in the Dublin Racing Festival, probably a little bit disappointing in Cheltenham. How is he? What's his plans?
He's good. He'd no race in Cheltenham because you know, the ground was gone too soft for him. He's a good ground horse to be at his best, and Brian was easy on him on the day when he was beat. And I suppose, look, when we had committed to going, it was Jim Coffey's first runner at the festival, and it was hard not to run at that point then, and it rained on the day, so it all turned wrong from so late. But he'll run in the novice handicap chase in Ferryhouse on Easter Sunday. It's a 50 grand novice handicap chase over 2 miles. He will run in that.
And Fitzhenry, he was third in the Paddy Power chase, ran a cracker. Unfortunate not to get into Tayestes in Gorn at the time. What's the plans with him?
Look, we think that ground hasn't been what he wants all year. Like he's a soft ground horse, even though he's been running nice races, and for whatever reason, like travelled like a winner the last day and didn't get home. But we feel that ground just hasn't been his thing all year, and it hasn't been a winter for soft ground horses in Ireland. He's in the Irish National. Again, we'll see what happens. I don't know if he'll get in or not. If he doesn't go there, maybe he might go to a handicap chase in Punchestown. But you'd love a bit of rain for him as well, you know.
And Monlino,
a little bit unlucky in Navan the last day. He looked to still have every chance when falling, and he has options. He's got a novice chase in Fairy House. He's got a handicap hurdle in Fairy House, or he's got some good novice handicaps in Punchestown. So it'll be one of those, you know. We'll see what happens. After that fall, he might like a confidence booster over hurdles, but it just hasn't been a suitable race. So look, we'll see what happens with the weather, and we'll see what the weights are like in those races.
Latest exhibition, very impressive bumper winner for you in Naas. He was entered in champion bumper. He didn't go. What's the story with him?
He's out for the summer and he'll come back in the autumn. Just 1 second, Dave. Tina, you're going home. Christy, Mike, you come a stride better now this time. You do, but you don't, Christy. You do the same again. Jim, you come to stride better. Miley, you come to stride better. And Brahman, you come to stride better. And Tina's done. So Christy, you just do the very same again. Sorry, Dave.
Latest exhibition, so he's finished for the season then?
He is. Look, we had a discussion before Cheltenham. Like, I mean, that even though he was 6, he'd only had 2 runs, and he was still very much a big green baby. We decided that it was in the best interest of the horse. Like, I mean, that he would not go to any more of these bumpers. I don't think he had much more to gain by running in winners' bumpers. He's a nice horse to look forward to next year for staying hurdle races.
Plenty other young horses there. Anything to keep an eye out on that hasn't ran?
That hasn't ran. There is a few. We have a couple of Marteline fillies who go very well. One called Dearborn, one called Feline. The two of them have done some nice bits of work. And there's a very nice Shantou horse as well of Jim Coffey's called Our Friend. He's a very nice horse as well. Jim
Coffey, one of your biggest owners, and he's had plenty of luck lately. Quimino and a few others winners, so yeah, things are going well for him.
He's had a good season. He had a rough start here. With bad luck in his early part, his first couple of years of having horses in training. But he's had a good year this year. Jim's happy. He's a brilliant supporter. He's a great friend. He's not just a sponsor, the yard or an owner. He's just a brilliant friend as well. But thankfully, he's had a bit of luck this year. And the winner in Leopardstown meant a lot to him because he lives just across the road. So that's all good. But he's got some nice young horses to look forward to as well.